When you're just getting started with your small business, simply deciding which goal to tackle first and knowing what to do and when can be a job just by itself. None of us are born with business smarts or an entrepreneurial playbook pre-printed into our brains. It's stuff that we've all got to figure out along the way, and most of us make some sort of horrible mistake. And especially when we first get started in business, when we don't have years of experience to help us make smart, educated guesses, business management tips and advice from others can be incredibly helpful. So, today we're going to focus on management tips. People management, time management, money management, you name it. But they're all tips that will help you as a new small business owner manage your business better, so you can avoid unwanted headaches and just push forward to the progress you want. Welcome back to another episode of Facultive Station. Get involved and join the community by subscribing to the channel so you never miss any of our latest uploads. In this episode, we're going to be taking a look at top tips for small business owners. Let's get into it. Set up an LLC, or some form of official business entity. Even if you're totally self-employed, don't have anyone else working for you, and are 100% self-funded from your own pocket, you need to set up your business as a separate taxable entity from day one. Some service professionals, like writers, designers, and coaches, feel safer skipping this step while they're still ramping up their client base, but it usually costs $1,000 or less and almost instantly protects your personal assets from any legal trouble your business might get into. We're not saying your business will get into legal trouble. Most small businesses never do. But just in case you accidentally used a name that was copyrighted elsewhere in your state, or get a totally horrible client that completely screws you over even though you have a contract, the worst thing that can happen is your business dissolves. Which would suck. But at least you wouldn't have to foreclose on your house just to pay off what you're getting sued for, you know? Separate your personal and business finances. Let's say, for some reason, setting up a legal entity isn't an option, or for some reason your paperwork is being held up, but you just can't wait to get cracking on your business. Please, 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 by all means, don't accept payment in your personal business account or put business expenses on your personal credit card. Most banks will require official business paperwork to open something up in your business's name, but at the very least, you can open separate personal accounts that are designated for only business transactions. Regardless, even if getting your LLC paperwork was a breeze, this is something you have to do. Since you and your business are separate taxable entities, you need to have separate finances. Otherwise, things just get messy, and you might as well assume you'll have to deal with an audit, even if you've got nothing to hide. Pay for accounting software. A lot of brand new business owners, especially those who are bootstrapping, are constantly looking for ways to save money. So much so that tasks like accounting and bookkeeping, or keeping track of money in and money out, is something they assume they can do on their own. But honestly, there's no need to go full out and hire an on-staff accountant. At least, not at first. There are so many options for good, easy-to-use accounting software that it's just silly not to use them. And honestly, for as little as they cost, they can almost always pay for themselves with time saved. You can get basic versions starting at $10 to $20 per month, and if sending invoices is a thing you do, they'll look so much better and take so much less time to make than if you tried to fumble around Excel and do it yourself. Invest in your education. Heart to heart right now, the best money you can spend on your business will be on your own education to further it. If we don't know how to do something, we know it's silly for us to keep trying to Google solutions, go through months and months of trial and error, and maybe get it right after that. Instead, it makes a lot more sense to pay a few $100s, sometimes even a few thousand depending on the skill, to have someone who's been there, done it, and been successful at it to teach you how to do it right the first time. Because even though those courses cost money up front, they more than pay for themselves in return on saved mistakes alone. Not to mention how much they help you actually make more money because of things they teach. We've done courses on how to set up our business, how to manage clients, how to market, how to advertise, how to write, how to pick colors and do basic web designs, how to network, and how to create an info product. Free courses are available, yes, but they only scratch the surface. Paying money to dig deep into the topic and really learn it goes so far. Trust us. Speaking of courses, if you haven't already, check out our very own course listed down below in the video description. Train new employees well. Recently, we heard John and Kate, the couple behind Entrepreneur on Fire, not the reality show stars with 8 children, on a podcast talking about how when you hire someone, you should actually expect a temporary increase in work instead of immediately being able to offload responsibilities and have the free time you dream of. That's because even if you make the smartest hires in the world, they're not going to understand and acclimate to your business right away. Instead, they're going to need time to learn the ins and outs, to understand your expectations, and to mentally put the puzzle together to see how all the small pieces add up to your larger goals. They're not going to hit the ground running on day one, and you shouldn't expect them to. Train them well to do their jobs, even if they've filled the same role 5 times before at 5 different companies and you assume it should all be the same. It's not all the same. Invest in marketing. An open for business sign on your front door and/or a website that's finally gone live isn't enough to get you customers. It'd be nice, but that's just not the world we live in. The world we live in requires small business people like us to force our way in front of people, show them something valuable, and somehow have them listen to our pitch. Because without that, ain't nobody going to just be compelled out of the blue to buy from us. So, to invest in marketing properly, you'll need to do a little research to find out what works best for your business model and your market. Renting a booth at a festival? Online content marketing? Ads in the newspaper? PPC ads on Google? Facebook ads? Network marketing and referrals? Whatever it is, you'll want to start doing it from day one. Or if you're really smart, you'll use it to start building hype, loyalty, and anticipation before day one. But whatever you do, don't sit around and twiddle your thumbs and then decide that maybe you should look into marketing when you realize your business isn't as profitable as you initially planned. Do it right away, and you'll thank yourself. Have a go-to accountant. In addition to the advice to have accounting software that we've talked about previously, it's also smart to have an accountant you can go to as needed. Again, we're not talking about hiring one to keep on staff with you. Instead, we mean finding a certified CPA who you can hire to do your taxes when the time comes and get financial advice from as and when you need it. It also never hurts to have an accountant review your business's cash flow to make sure you're covered for a risky economic situation, even if it's unpredictable. Remember 2008? If you know your numbers and stay on top of them, you'll always be in a better situation than if you think you're doing good enough for the time being. Ban multitasking. Because really, who are we kidding here? It astonishes us that we still see job descriptions seeking competent multitaskers, when it's been proven in one study after another that multitasking is both impossible and that attempting to do it makes you about 3,000 times less productive. So, don't let yourself or your employees multitask. Don't think you can absorb the information in an instructional podcast while also blasting through your email inbox. Or deal with your Twitter notifications while you're on a conference call with your suppliers. At any point, you're paying attention to one while the content of the other is just coasting right over your head without any cognitive recognition from your brain. By doing one thing at a time, and only one thing at a time, you'll find that you actually get more done in a day, that your work rises to a much higher quality, and that you'll make fewer mistakes that you have to go back and undo later. With that, we've reached the end of today's episode all about top tips for small business owners. Which of the tips in this video did you think are most helpful? Get involved and let us know in the comments section down below. If you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a thumbs up. Plus, if you want to see more fantastic finance and accounting content just like this, remember to subscribe to the channel and check out our other socials such as Instagram and TikTok that are listed in the video description. Also, if you're a small business owner or looking to know more about the world of finance and accounting, check out the link in the description to our website and our very own course. As always, thanks for stopping by and watching. See you again soon in the next one.